Hello and welcome to the Division 2, and welcome back to the Division 2. And I just want to say I'm playing on PS5. It's actually a cool thing I want to start off with. There's a bug on PS5 right now where the volumetric fog and reflections aren't working. So as you can see, it's raining right now, and it's very windy, but there is no fog. The sky is pretty much pitch black, but I also have HDR on. If I go and switch off the neutral lighting, that's what it actually looks like. But I just want to say it's actually kind of cool. So it's would be nice to see if there's a weather point where it's raining and there's no fog or like cloud cover and stuff. That'd be pretty cool. Just to add in to the game. But yeah, I'm playing on HDR2 and I have everything kind of bumped up all the way. I just like how it looks, but I should probably turn it down. But anyways, today we're going to talk about title update 12.1, the addition of the optimization station. I mean, not the addition, the changing of the cost, and Faye Lau. Oh, Faye Lau, Faye Lau. No, yeah, so as you can see at the bottom, it doesn't cost nearly as much anymore because they brought the cost down by 75% to optimize your gear and your weapons and stuff. Which, thank God, because the cost was insane before this, and it was stupid, so no one optimized. So that's very good. You can now optimize your gear, and it's reasonable now. The PS5 update has been nice. It's running at 60 frames. It's running in 4K. I'm playing on an OLED, so it looks beautiful. But other than that, the PS5 update was nothing special. All they did was cap the frame rate to 60, and they put the resolution to 4K. That was it. They said it themselves that there was no optimizations in this update or anything like that. I mean, optimizations to the game. But it runs nice. It looks nice. Hopefully they fix the bug where there's no fog and reflections. But it's running great. It looks great. You know. Finally, this is what we needed. It feels like this is how the game should be played. What the PC dudes have always been playing. Yeah, see, like here, like this, I should probably turn down the contrast a lot because it's really dark. But I kind of like it too. I don't like everything always being so bright. Like this looks really cool to me. You can see my vial hanging from my backpack, which is part of the Resident Evil apparel event. Which is something else I also want to talk about. So they added in an apparel event for Resident Evil. You can get a bunch of cosmetics by just grinding levels. Every 4 levels, you get a apparel cache key, and they have some decent stuff. Some of it is reused assets, but overall it's pretty unique. Claire's jacket, Rebecca's shirt, Leon's jacket, Jill's shirt, her hat, Chris's shirt, the boots and pants are whatever. They're pretty much the same as what we always get. Uh, Umbrella Corp. So you have Hunk's outfit basically, which is all right. It's cool. The weapon skins I don't really care for. They seem extremely basic. Same with the shoes. Like it's all right, but from oh yeah, and the Nemesis mask, which is one of the better masks to be honest. But that's it, and that's fine. That's cool. But it's a shame of what we lost with this apparel event was supposed to be a rework of Kenley College, so to speak, for Halloween, and they just canceled it and just made it this. so it was late, and plus what we were supposed to get was canceled, which was a big letdown. I would have liked to play horde mode with Resident Evil monsters in the mansion, and I know a lot of people would be like, well, not a lot of people, but some people would say, hey, that makes no sense. That shouldn't be in this game. I would say screw that. It's an RPG game. It's a video game. It's multiplayer. It's supposed to be fun. You know, I welcome crossovers in any and every game. They're always cool. They're always fun to me. I like that my dude now can wear Hunk's mask and run around with a little umbrella logo on his arm. I like that. It's kind of a shame that Hunk's mask doesn't glow though, as you can see. It's just a paint. It's just a texture paint. It's not. It doesn't actually glow, which sucks. I don't know why it doesn't glow. Uh, anyways, it's dumb, but it should. But yeah. Oh, and Faye Lau. I almost forgot about Faye Lau. I didn't go and kill Faye Lau yet, as you can see. I'm still at 0% on the manhunt. You know, I've been doing some stuff. You know, like I finished a bunch of these. 2 things I am. 2 things. 3 things for him. Like, done some stuff, but I knew this being a prime target, and with how the manhunts have been, I knew this would just be another bounty. I mean, sorry, these would be bounties, but her would just be another reworked mission that wouldn't even really be reworked. It would be pretty much the same. Maybe you fight a black touch drone. Maybe you have some of those shade crates around. Some rogue agents. Maybe a hunter, but I doubt it. And I was hoping hopefully you'd at least get a cutscene like you did with Keener. But then I looked it up. Because everything you have to do, man, it's a lot. And I don't really care to do all this if there wasn't something important. And you get the mission. She says, you know, you don't understand. You find out she killed President Ellis. Spoilers, I guess, sorry. But I don't know. The story in this game hasn't been great. The DC storyline was not good to me. It was pretty bare bones. It could have amounted to a side mission from the first game, to be honest to me. Man, you just they built her up from shit D1. She was a twist in the D2 story, and yeah, you just get a mission. You go into the mission, find out she killed Ellis. Then you go and kill her, and you literally just kill her. You stop her from getting in on her chopper, and you kill her just like any regular boss fight. You know, you just shoot her in the head a bunch, and she's dead. And mission complete. Kelso says, you know, what do we do now? You come back and regroup. You come back to Washington, D.C. No cutscene. Nothing happens. Nothing plays. You know, that's that. End of Faye Lau. End of the Division 2 storyline. I guess not the end, you know. And people talk about Sokolova, or whatever her name is, and Schaefer. I mean, I don't even care about the story anymore. To be honest, like, it's not nearly as interesting as Keener and finding out how New York went to shit and what happened and what was Ground Zero. And I don't know, D1 just had a much better story. The characters were better, the story was better, the lore. Oh, not here. Where the hell is the progression? Yeah, the collectibles and stuff, like the found footage and everything, to me was much better in D1, Division 1. Like, there was some cool found footage stuff in Division 1. Like, to be honest, it really was. And the echoes and like, Division 1 had some cool shit. Division 2 was kind of all over the place, and you kind of don't care because it's just There aren't really any stakes. Really, it's like, yeah, the shade network's gonna go down, but or is down, and we have to return it on. But what does it matter? The green poison has hit the whole world. What does it matter? And that happened all off screen. You know what I mean? Like the jump from D1 to D2 was a pretty big jump that we skipped. You know, a lot of shit we just hear about. So that kind of sucks. And Faye Lau, you kill her, that's that. So, the end of, what season is this? Season 4? How do you check that again? Yeah, season 4. The end of season 4 of Faye Lau is lackluster, to say the least. A big letdown. Um, so that's that. So, I came back to the game to check all this out. Optimization's cool, but alright, that's fine. But again, that's just optimizing gear. That's not content. Uh, Grinding the Resident Evil apparel event is doing the same thing we've been doing, grinding checkpoints or missions. Summit is still the same as it came out, except it has targeted loot now, which I think I showed off before, which is nice, but the summit itself is, again, lackluster. The environments are lackluster. The combat encounters are pretty boring. But again, it's a nice thing to have to just go in with 3 other buddies and just shoot shit. You know, go in, shoot shit, test out a build, grind out some gear. It's good for that. But the activity itself is not that engaging. Um, and apart from that, you have the manhunt, which, as you can see, you do all these not activities. Well, they call them activities, but you take the 3 control points in West Potomac, East Mall, Southwest, Pentagon. Sorry, not Pentagon, but you take the control points, you do some bounties, you replay the mission. Same mission we've been playing. They're all the same. Then you unlock the target. When you unlock the target, it shows up as a bounty, basically. Just a bounty on the map. Like any of these. You go to the bounty target, you select it, you go to the bounty target. Wherever that set location where bounties always spawn in that area, which gets pretty old and tiring. Especially when it doesn't work, especially when you know they spawned in this area and you know the bounty there always messes up. Not always, but most of the time it screws up. Like the enemies don't spawn properly, a door doesn't open, some shit goes wrong. And you just have to say, oh, can't do this bounty. So anyways, as you get the target, bounty spawns, you go and kill the bounty, which, again, no cutscene, no nothing. And that's that. You do that 3 more times. Then you do it a 4th time for her. I think you gotta do something after you kill all 4 targets to still unlock her. Because you have to get the target location. But maybe not. I can't remember for sure. I was reading some people saying, hey, you have to complete summit floors and stuff to find Faye Lau. So after you do all that, you get a mission, which is a reworked mission of a mission we've already done. Like the Black Dust missions, for example. But as we know, the reworked missions don't have much different about them. Like, there's really not that much different except the faction you're fighting, which are factions we've been fighting since the game came out. Unless we want to count the Cleaners, which are a reworked faction that we've been fighting since Division 1 came out. But anyways, so you do the reworked mission, which is not that different at all. You kill her, and that's that. That's the manhunt. That's the manhunt. Just replaying the same shit we've been replaying. Now the apparel event, I told you, it's just grinding apparel. You get a key every 4 levels. So you just do the same shit you've been doing to level up. the leagues are time challenges basically to like can I view the Magnus League still? No. I can't view the Cersei League. But you'll just get a bunch of challenges that show up that say, hey, play Potomac Event Center, play Roosevelt Island, play whatever. Beat it in a certain amount of time, you get a certain amount of stars for the challenge. And then you might have one extra challenge where it's like, hey, the last one was burn Black Tusk or headshot Black Tusk. And you would get the max amount of stars for that by, I don't know, headshotting like 200 Black Tusk or some shit. And that's it, that's the league. You just replay stuff again. So leagues are replaying content. The global events just changed some gameplay, which is nice, but they haven't been that good. Reanimated event that they just did, that they changed a bit, was okay. It was okay to, kill someone with a headshot and the green gas shows up and you can heal in it. That's nice. So it was okay, but it wasn't that special. But it was alright. People were talking about the Golden Bullet, which was nice. I heard was really good, but I didn't play it. But I heard it was really good. So that's good. That's good to hear. But again, you're still replaying the same content. And that's it. That has been the replayability since the game came out and was only changed up a bit when Warlords of New York came out, which you bought Warlords, played through the campaign, which was about 4 or 6 hours, something like that. It wasn't that long. And then you went back to doing the same shit. Engaging in the manhunt, which is replaying content, the leagues replaying content. Yeah. And I don't mind replaying content, but none of the content has changed. Nothing has changed. Which brings me to my next thing. We need shit to do. There's only so many times I can retake the same control points, the same exact way with the same enemies. Like you have these resource convoys, you have these public events out, like the territory control and the hostage situation and the propaganda broadcast. There's no new public activities. Not one since the game came out. There has been one new public activity. What's up with that? Why can't a faction take over like a whole region? Not region, but like fuck, what the hell would you call this? Well, whatever you call this little section of the map. Like, I don't know, a faction takes it over and the control points get hit to level 5, so maybe all other factions on the map are trying to attack them at the same time, and maybe for that amount of time until you take the control points, let's say, this one is what, True Sons? Yeah, this one's True Sons. This is Outcast, this is Outcast. Let's say Outcast owned all 3 of them and they were all at level 5. Because Outcast took the whole region. And so now you have Hyenas and True Sons trying to attack them all together. And you can come in and help the Hyenas and True Sons. And all of a sudden it becomes, a cool, friendly, temporary AI thing. Where you're helping Hyena and True Sons out to take the control points. And hell, shit, maybe even the civilian AI comes in and helps out too. Yeah, and special loot drops for it, maybe. Taking a level 5 region from Outcast, maybe has a certain named item or a certain exotic or whatever. Like, hey, that'd be cool. Adding new activities, putting new archetypes in the factions, maybe adding buffs or debuffs to them, which changes the way you fight, or which builds are effective or not against them. which is another thing I'd like to bring up. The builds are finally in a decentish place. We have some builds now. I don't have many because I gotta go farm shit, and I don't want to farm shit because I'm doing the same shit as I've been doing. So it's really boring, and like people who are shade 1000 and stuff, like I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I can't imagine how many times you've retaken the same control point or ran the same mission. Like I can't imagine. I just can't. Maybe I can because I'll probably end up grinding for these builds to hopefully reinvigorate myself to play this game more. But because I want to play this game, I do. It has potential, but there's just no content, man. There's just no content, and this isn't even. I'm not even bringing up the complete lack of anything being done to the dark zones, the tiny, super tiny dark zones, which are pretty pointless. Like no one really likes to go in them. They're always a gang fest. No one really plays them how, we played them in D1. You don't have enough space to run away from people. You don't have enough space to extract. You don't have enough time to extract. Like, I mean, you do have enough time to extract, but people can cross the map and catch you every single time you start sending up the flare for a helicopter. So unless you go in with a full group, you're probably never going to be able to extract. Unless you just get lucky and everyone in the server is trying to just farm gear. So the dark zones pretty much suck. PvP hasn't been touched in months. It's still unbalanced. It's just not fun. The chicken dancing ain't fun. The abilities and how they're balanced and the gunplay, so it's PvP wise, like it could be okay, but it's not cover isn't incentivized, like, and they have this thing where you can where do I even where do I even access can I only access PvP from DC, the fucking public space or whatever. But PvP, they have a whole like PvP modifier thing where they can modify shit just for PvP, and so you would think that would let them really balance PvP properly, but I guess not. Even so, there isn't a variety of modes. There doesn't seem to be much soul put into it. What is the PvP thing? Yeah, conflict. Oh, where does it show you? Yeah, see, I don't play PvP, man. I tried it. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not for this. Oh, I didn't want to do that. There used to be somewhere where you could see the PvP modifiers or whatever. Oh, I do not want to. Oh, hell no. And plus, I don't have a build for PvP. I don't follow the meta in this, so I don't care. I just know there is a meta and it's always unbalanced. As you can see, PS5 on the SSD, loads pretty quick. Loads a lot faster than it did before, thankfully.
Agent, Pilot Torres is cleared for transpo to Kenley College.
Thank you.
Entering safe area.
You don't have to keep telling me we're clear for transpo. Transpo. I don't know who says that, but always love hearing that still. Always great. Jesus Christ. But anyways. Yeah, PvP still sucks. Oh, see, you can go here. Yeah, they don't show you the, Man, I swear they used to show you the PvP modifier to actually in play, but I guess not anymore. Huh, anyways, either ways, playing PvP in general in this game sucks. I would much rather a class-based thing, or hell, bring back in survival, where you just survive with whatever you can. Battle Royale is big these days. Survival would be perfect in this game. All you gotta do is randomize the loot, randomize the locations. You can have it in a perpetual storm and fog during the day or night. You could do it at night. Or you could have a sandstorm during the day and you gotta survive till night or some shit. But you could do survival in this game easily. Like you did it in D1, you could do it in D2. And you already have the weather system that works for it. So I don't understand. And you have a huge great map already. So I don't what's the problem here? Like what is really the problem here? Anyways, but yeah, no survival. So survival would be great, but again, no survival. The raid was super delayed, and even then, it's okay. But 8-player raid, no matchmaking for the normal version. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, and I know a lot of single players, people who like playing the game single player, want to get, they want the raid loot. They don't like that, the raid has an exotic tied behind it, and that's too bad. That's not a problem. The problem is that the raid loot or the dark zone loot or whatever it is should only be beneficial within that game type. If I get dark zone loot, it should only really benefit me in the dark zone. If I get a raid weapon like the eagle bear or whatever, eagle bear. Oh my god, is it eagle bear? I don't know. I've been playing too much Assassin's Creed. But the eagle something gun from the first raid, or is it the second raid? I'm pretty sure it's the first raid. Ravenous is from the second raid. I'm pretty sure. But whatever weapon, that weapon shouldn't be that great in the open world or in the summon or whatever, or in PvP. It should only be good in the raid. You know what I mean? But it should be really good in the raid. Whereas the point where, hey, if you are raiding, you do want to get that because it will make the raiding easier. It will make rolls easier. It will make certain fights easier. Whatever it is, it should be good in the raid. But outside of the raid, it's like, whatever. It's not that great. Uh, that's the problem with exclusive loot, is that if it's exclusive, the benefits should also be exclusive to whatever activity that loot is in. But going on from that, we do have some builds now. Like I like the Vile build I have going, the Vile Mask build, status effect build, I guess you could say. I like the weapons they've been adding, the Scorpio, the capacitor, Bullet King. They've been adding some fun weapons. They've been adding some fun gear sets. Empress International looks cool. The exotics they've been adding. Vile for one. The BTSU gloves could be okay. Memento's great. Uh, the Dodge Slinger used to be good. The Dodge City Gunslinger used to be pretty good, and it's yeah, I don't know if it's okay now. I don't really see anyone using it, but I heard it used to be okay. But like Foundry Bulwark is a good set. Hunter's Fury, good set. Hardwired's good to start off on before you start building a proper skill build. Uh, Banshee Pulse is nice, but Decoy could be a lot better. The traps could be better. Um, I the fire starter chem launcher, I like it, but I feel like we should have an option to be able to just ignite the flame on hit, or whatever, because shooting it and then having to press L1 twice, which means I'm switching between my weapons as well, switching between the chem launcher and my weapon, and then wanting to shoot them again after or something, but then having my chem launcher out by accident because I hit L1 twice or whatever. It's just annoying. So I would like to have that option. But also like the oxidizers, I feel like it needs to be buffed as well. Um, the reviver hive still doesn't work sometimes apparently. Uh, I feel like bleed should do more damage in general. Like bleed from the hive, bleed from any sorts really. I feel like bleed should do more damage. same, and this isn't a problem with the Seekers, but enemies just knowing when shit's coming to them and dodging out of the way is just super annoying. Like it's not fun. Hey, if it sometimes happens, sure, but it shouldn't be happening all the time, and it shouldn't be a regular thing that I just get that just becomes common where I have to shoot like 2 or 3 chem launchers because I know they're gonna roll out of the way before the chem launcher even lands. Sometimes, and all the time, as soon as the chem launcher lands, they're rolling out of the way. So it's annoying. But same thing with the seekers, they do that too. So it's just annoying. Uh, we can pick up our turrets now and our hive. I think we could pick up our hive before, but the we can pick up turrets now, so that's nice. The decoy is so extremely basic, it's unbelievable. It's just a hologram that comes up, but it might as well just be a cardboard cutout. Like it's the same thing. It's I don't know, whatever. And the new Achilles Pulse, basically, I don't have it yet, but it basically just lets you headshot an enemy. Like it highlights a certain point on them, like their weak point or their chest or their leg or their arm or something, and if you hit there, it lets you do headshot damage. So it's good for a pretty much a DPS build. Basically, it's good for, or I guess any build, but it just enhances your gun damage. Basically, it doesn't really do anything else. But yeah, other than that, the skills are range from lackluster to okay. You know, you can have a shield build, but it's hard to do damage with the shield build, and even on top of that, well, yeah, like you can have a lot of health, you can tank shit, but you can't aggro enemies. You can't make enemies only shoot you or something. So you can tank enemies so your team can lay into them or something. That is a different story. You can't do that. There's no aggro or threat mechanics in this game. Even though there was some in Division 1, there's none in this game. So it's I don't know. I feel like shield builds are kind of not in a great spot. I think they're good for just more solo play, and if you're playing on like hard or challenging, then yeah, okay. But other than that, I don't think they're too great. Uh, which is something I really want to talk about, the specializations. Now, I'm fine with the specializations being, hey, you gotta just, choose one skill tree. That's fine, that's great. I don't care about that. That's good. You gotta choose one skill tree, you gotta choose one skill tree. What I don't like is one, I feel like this whole weapon thing should be separate. Like I feel like this just should be another option here that's just always on, that you can just change in and out, or is saved with your loadout. This whole, get 15% damage increase to certain weapons. I feel like this should be different. Like this just should be moved out of here. Moved out of every specialization and be its own thing. But other than that, the skill tree fine. And having things unlock in the skill tree is fine. Like you only being able to unlock the riot foam grenade and the banshee pulse or whatever. Like you having to get that stuff. Like the only way to get that stuff is by leveling up the specialization is fine. But I want to be able to use the stuff separately. Like I want to be able to use the flamethrower spec, like the actual flamethrower, but with banshee pulse and with like an electric grenade or something. Right, because right now I have the riot foam grenade, but I would like to be able to use the like the EMP grenade. Let me use an EMP grenade with a flamethrower and banshee pulse. With the fire starter double barrel or something, or the PX320 kind. Like, I don't know why these are locked to the specializations, especially since we can carry them we could select them. It's just locked. But like we can carry them, we can select them. You know, the weapons are right here. I don't see why we can't just switch these whenever we want. Um, I know technically we can with the loadouts, but I mean separately. So I would like to be able to use grenade, specialization weapon, skills, sidearms. Yeah, separately from the skill tree. From having the skill tree selected, I guess. Attachments, fine. You can have attachments stay tied to the skill tree, but sidearms, grenades, spec weapon skills, I feel like should be separate. It would just add to build variety and build diversity, and it would just be more fun. Like seriously, and honestly, I'm so sick and tired of carrying around this minigun that sucks to use, isn't helpful for my build, and just takes up a lot of space on my back, which I also hate. I know they said they can't hide the backpack because of the way they model the characters, like as if they don't model their back, which I don't believe at all, which makes no sense to me. Or maybe it had something to do with the weapons, the way their weapons are hanging off the backpack. But as you can see, um, like you see it better with the capacitor. Like my capacitor is hanging off nothing right now, right? Like I think if I go inside, it zooms in. Yeah, it's a lit up area. It's a lit up area. Here seems lit up. I see my capacitor is hanging off nothing, and my scope is glitched into my backpack strap, and it just looks weird. And like, why is it there? Like, you see what I mean? Like, I really don't understand why we just can't get rid of the backpack and just have like a strap going around us or something where our weapons hang off of. Like, fine, and just hang the backpack trophy off our waist or a gun or whatever. Just hanging off the strap somewhere or our chest or like. I don't know, and even though, like, you know, if you angle the camera, you can see that it's kind of floating on our body. It's not really on it, our backpack. So I really don't see why they can't just remove the backpack or just give us an option to hide the entire backpack client side. It's kind of ridiculous to me how we can't do that. And PvP, by like no one's going into PvP and engaging with someone and being like, oh man, what's on their backpack? You know, I gotta see what backpack they have or what weapons they have on their backpack so I know what build they're running so I can fight. Like no, as soon as you engage with someone in PvP, they're throwing all their shit at you within like 10 seconds. So it's like, yeah, just let us remove the backpack, man. Like what? Give us a strap like Days Gone or like the backpack like Cole McGrath has or something. Ideally, I'd say Days Gone. Just have the weapons hanging off like that. Or just let us hide the backpack entirely. Like, who cares? Who really cares, man? Just let us hide this stupid thing. It's ridiculous. It's huge and it's dumb and it hides the whole work you put into the chest armor and stuff. Like, I don't know. I feel like it would just be better to just not have that. I like seeing the skills on my back, but you can put those wherever you want, man, to be honest. Like, you really could. It's a video game. It doesn't have to be super realistic. It's an RPG, looter shooter. Like, it's okay. It's really okay. No one's really gonna complain. Anyways, yeah. I know I'm not playing much. Like, I'm not playing because I don't know. Oh man, like what do you want me to? Okay, I'll go here and do this. But yeah, no, I'll show you what the Vile build does. But yeah, come back to this game. I did the exact same shit. It's the same game, the exact same everything. You get some new builds to try out. The builds aren't that much different. They're a little bit different now, but not that much. And same content, same enemies, same exact everything. And I think we need to get this into the dev's head that replayability doesn't mean just timers and challenges. It means not even new enemies, but a variation of enemies. Maybe different AI, maybe different weapons, maybe different abilities, maybe different combinations, maybe factions working together. Different groups of enemies. You know, like just putting a new spin on all these enemies is what counts as replayable content. Oh yeah, it's on. So yeah, everyone's gonna die real fast. As you can see, Scorpio is really nice.
Incoming hostiles detected.
It procs proc status effects and shock and all this stuff depending on how many pellets hit. So it's nice. I haven't tried it too much with the Vile mask yet. And I suck at sniping. Well, especially in this game. But as you can see, the poison, whenever someone dies from it, it'll go on to anyone else around them. And so it just chains to people if you can keep it up, which is why I use Banshee Pulse and Fire Starter. So it's nice. It's a nice build. It's harder to play solo.
Civilians in distress.
It's harder to play solo on on higher difficulties because you have no health, you have no armor, you have no health. It's hard to, like, I have some armor on kill mods. That's the only way I can really sustain myself, and that's why I'm using the gunner spec. So I have the what is it, 10% health on kill or something, 10% armor on kill. Sorry. Which is the only reason I'm using the gunner spec. That and the Banshee Pulse. Other than that, I don't care for the gunner spec at all. But yeah, it's a good build. It's a fun build. I wouldn't say good for a solo build. You know, high, heroic, legendary difficulty. Don't use this if you're playing by yourself. I would say get a skill build, which I'll show you this one. Oops. Oh, fuck. This is more so one of the meta-ish ones. Perfectly in sync on the rifle, or you can just go regular in sync. I use the capacitor, which is good, but you could use I think Spike, which Spike. Headshots grant 20% skill damage. It's really good too. And I'm using the Empress International as well. I need to re-roll everything because I just got the pieces from leveling up the season. So I need to re-roll shit. So I'm not playing with this yet. But I use 3-piece International, 2 Hana U. This one is the named one, Force Multiplier, because it gives you perfect combined arms. And the chest piece is Kinetic Momentum. Then Wyvernware for skill damage. So 3-piece Empress, 2-piece Hana U, backpack and knee pads, chest piece, Wyvernware. That's what I use. And I use turret and striker drone, obviously. And yeah, my stats are all over the place, but you'd basically just want to do skill damage and skill haste on everything. Maybe if you want, put armor on kill mods, or skill haste mods. But basically that's that. And if you're using the technician spec for sure, you can re-roll 1 to weapon damage to give you, you know, a bit more damage with the capacitor or whatever. But yeah, this is my skill build. And if you just like to shoot shit, this is my Hunter's Fury build. Now, I need to farm shit for this. Uh, so this is like an all red, no sustainability type build. And this build's all over the place. Like, I need to fix shit. Like, for repair skills, like, I don't need that. Um, um, but essentially, you'd have 4-piece Hunter's Fury. I want the, yeah, you'd have 4-piece Hunter's Fury. Mask, gloves, knee pads, holster. That's Hunter's Fury. And then you can use the memento with, I'm using Providence right now, which you could if you're good with headshots, but you could, I'd rather go Grupo or Cheska. I think Cheska is the critical hit. Grupo is weapon damage. I would go with one of those, slap Obliterate on it, uh, get armor on kill or armor regen, something like that, or you could just go crit, you know, roll crit on everything. Get, yeah, yeah, run crit on everything, maybe roll 2 blues onto the Hunter's Fury pieces, so you get like a level 3 shield. Or sorry, level 3, level 4 shield. Uh, and run the firewall spec to get the Crusader shield. I'm using the Bulwark shield, but run the firewall spec to use the, oh no, sorry, Striker shield, sorry. Not Crusader shield. Oh, sorry, it is a Crusader shield, but it's a firewall spec version. Anyways, yeah, just 4-piece Hunter's Fury, whatever cores you feel comfortable with. Mental on the backpack, chest piece, whatever you want basically, but Grupo or Cheska, and Obliterate. Or you could go the more sustainability one, which is the one I want to do. But you get the name Bellstone backpack for Perfect Bloodsucker, and you put same thing. Or you get a Bellstone piece like this, but instead of the name version, you get a regular Bellstone, and you put on Intimidate, which increases your damage based on bonus armor, which Liquid Engineer gives you. Enemies add killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 12% bonus armor. Max stack is 10. You get a lot of bonus armor once you get going with this. And Intimidate will just help you. This is the DPS sustainability type build type thing. Or you can just go all red, you know, full crit, full damage, Cheska, Grupo, you know, type shit. Providence, you know, whatever. That's the full gun build, but I want some sustainability. I want to kind of survive some shit, so this is what I'm trying to go with. Not this one, I'm trying to do 2-piece Bellstone. But yeah. That's my build. Oh, yeah, I have a shield build. It's not a great shield build. Like, this is all over the place, too. 4-piece Foundry, Memento, Douglas and Harding for pistol damage. Spark, so Banshee Pulse will help me, will up my weapon damage. And I'm using the Liberty because I don't have the other sidearm. So, yeah. See, I think I should use the Technician specialization for the Artificer Hive. Oh, but then I wouldn't. Oh, I don't know. Well, I was saying use the Technician specialization, so it would give me 1 skill tier, so I could roll 1 to weapon damage. So I'd have 3 reds. So I'd have 3 reds and still have a full shield. But this is a work in progress. My file build is the one I've worked on the most, really. Like I almost have max status effects on everything, right? So, I mean, the only thing I think I could do is get this on skill damage and status effects, and get better armor on kill mods. And what I would like to do is get a submachine gun with, or an assault rifle with perpetuation. Yeah. Other than that, I'd say that's it. I was using a sniper because I can stay far away and get the headshots, but because enemies in this game are so, like, they're kind of all over the place, uh, I'm leaning more towards an assault rifle or something. Anyways, again, the game is the same as it is. We have some builds now. Same exact content. Super lacking. Great graphics, great map. Need to fix some bugs still in the PS5 version. But we need more variations on the enemy archetypes. We need more public events. We need new activities. We need survival. We need a better horde mode than Summit. Summit is kind of not a horde mode, but like we need an actual horde mode, like defend the White House. We need a PvE instance mode where we have like 24 people, or maybe like 8 people a region, but or 24 or 32 people on the whole map. Instanced, doing things, drop in, drop out. You just come across random people and you're all helping each other do activities and stuff. This game needs that. Seriously, it really needs that. Just make it a mode where we're up here and we can matchmake into, whatever we can matchmake into the, legendary DC instance, which, 32 players on the map, you're all working together, the game's hard as shit. New enemies, exclusive loot, whatever. Uh, Modifiers, buffs, all this shit. Random people meeting each other, running around, doing shit, engaging, having fun. Also, this random activity thing is fine. Change open world exploration to checkpoint farming. Like, just have this called checkpoint farming, and anyone who clicks on this, it means they're just going to be farming checkpoints all over the map. So you just join a group, and that's what you guys are doing. You guys are farming checkpoints, because it's annoying to try and get into farming checkpoints, and you can't. Like, someone's just standing around, people are at the White House, they just finished a checkpoint, so now they're going to do a mission. Like, need to change that. Bounties should randomly spawn. They shouldn't have a set place to spawn. Like, let them spawn just walking on the street and shit too. Like, that's fine. Yeah, make New York have a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, hell, make New York sorry, make New York itself one whole dark zone that we can, matchmake into or travel to or whatever, instance into. Remove the missions and shit, open up all the doors and everything so everyone can run through them, as one huge open map. Take out the safe houses. Block off the settlement so you can't go into the settlement. Or, maybe just add a sewer so you go around it or underneath it. That connects to the other side if it's blocking, the streets here or whatever. And make this a dark zone. And then add in, your contamination events, rogue agents, hunters. Then we're good. Let's shoot our targeted loot. Could be great. But yeah, new activities, unlock the classified missions for everyone. Uh, Rework the manhunts. This is way too much for replaying the same shit. Leagues are okay, but you could add more to them. Bounties need to change. More new activities, different activities, more variation in activities. Do something with the dark zones. Make one PvE. I don't know. Do some shit with the dark zones. Right now they're worthless. PvE is pointless, so you might as well just drop PvE and just focus on PvE and making the PvE really better. Multiplayer. Hey, if multiplayer is ever going to be balanced in this game, make a PvEVP game. Destiny has Gambit. You could give this game a version of Gambit. I'm pretty sure there was Last Stand had a version of that, and D1 as well. Do a PvEVP mode. You got 6v6 or 8v8, and you got AI on both sides working against each other. Got control points to capture and hold, whatever. It's cool. Make it take place in one of these regions or something. Cool. You have a great map. Use it. You have two great maps actually. You have this and you have New York. Fucking use them. Kenley College. Make it the Horde mode. Use what you had from the Resident Evil event and just work it. Make it into a consistent Horde mode that's never ending and keeps getting harder. Give us a currency. Put some turrets around. The shade crates or whatever. Done. Ammo crates, shit like that. Kenley College, done. And make it not go away every 3 weeks or whatever it is now. Make it just fucking stay there. Black Tusk legendary, the legendary version of Black Tusk, the White Tusk. Put him in the open world. Maybe level 5 checkpoints. Side missions, main missions, fucking whatever. They shouldn't just be relegated to legendary missions. I know you want them to be special, but they can be. The faction and enemies themselves should be special, not the mission. And there's a lot of stuff I could keep going on about. The matchmaking, the bounties, the manhunts, the leagues, the global events, cosmetics, hiding the backpack, the specializations, the game modes. Why can't we have six-player parties yet running around the open map, or 8-player parties? Shit, man, maybe a weight thing where I can have like 36 million armor or whatever, but I can only walk around like this. Not in the open world, but when I'm in combat, I can only walk around like this. I can't run or sprint or shit like that. But I have fucking 40 million armor or something. Hell, why not? Dual wielding, like making snipers matter more. Letting me fire an assault rifle in burst fire or single tap or whatever. Semi-automatic or automatic or single shot, whatever it is. Quality of life for the skills. Letting me carry 2 versions of the same skill, like a assault turret and a sniper turret. Yeah. These are all things that can be improved with the game, and this game could compete with Destiny and Warframe and all these other games. It does have that potential, but it's not being realized by the devs, and the community's kind of split on what shouldn't be added into the game. This is a multiplayer game. It is always online. It shouldn't cater to the single-player audience. This is multiplayer. Should benefit the multiplayer. Anyways, that's Division 2. Enjoy it, have fun. See you guys next time. Make us whole out. This game, man. Oh shit.